Dmitri Mendeleev was a famous Russian scientist. He is best known for creating the periodic table of elements. This table is still used today in schools, universities, and laboratories all over the world. Mendeleev's work helped to organize the elements in a way that made it easier for people to understand their properties and how they interact with each other. His discovery changed the field of chemistry forever. Mendeleev was born on February 8, 1834, in a small town in Russia. He was the youngest of 17 children in his family. His father was a teacher, and his mother was very supportive of his education. When Mendeleev was young, his father lost his job. His family went through a difficult time, but his mother worked hard to make sure Mendeleev could continue his studies. She believed in his potential and encouraged him to pursue his dreams. Mendeleev's love for science started when he was a young boy. He was very curious and enjoyed reading books about science and nature. He was especially interested in chemistry. Mendeleev studied at the St. Petersburg University, where he became a very good student. He was dedicated and worked hard to learn as much as he could. After completing his education, Mendeleev began working as a teacher and scientist. In the mid-1800s, many scientists were studying the elements and trying to organize them. At that time, scientists knew about 60 elements, but there was no system to arrange them. Mendeleev decided to find a way to organize the elements based on their properties. He thought about the elements in terms of their atomic weight and how they reacted with other elements. He wrote down all the known elements on small cards, one element per card. Then, he started to arrange them in rows and columns. Mendeleev carefully studied the patterns and noticed that elements with similar properties appeared in the same columns. This was a very important discovery. One of the most amazing things Mendeleev did was predict the properties of elements that had not been discovered yet. He left spaces in his table for elements that he believed would be discovered in the future. For example, he predicted the existence of a new element that would have similar properties to aluminum. This element was later discovered and named gallium. When scientists found gallium, they realized that Mendeleev had been right. His predictions helped to confirm the accuracy of his table. Mendeleev's periodic table was published in 1869. At first, not everyone believed in his ideas. Some scientists were skeptical about his table and the way he organized the elements. However, over time, more and more scientists began to see the value in his work. They realized that the periodic table made it easier to understand the relationships between the elements. Mendeleev's table became a powerful tool for chemists and helped them make many important discoveries. Mendeleev's work did not stop with the periodic table. He also made contributions to other areas of science, including physics and engineering. He was interested in many different topics, such as the properties of liquids and gases. He even worked on improving the production of vodka, which was an important drink in Russia at the time. Mendeleev's curiosity and love for science led him to explore many different fields. Mendeleev continued to work and teach until the end of his life. He became a professor at the University of St. Petersburg, where he taught for many years. He was a respected scientist and was known for his hard work and dedication. Many people admired him for his intelligence and his ability to solve difficult problems. Mendeleev's work had a lasting impact on the field of chemistry. His periodic table helped scientists understand the elements in a way that was not possible before. It changed the way people studied chemistry and allowed for new discoveries to be made. Throughout his career, Mendeleev received many honors and awards. He was recognized as one of the greatest scientists of his time. He was invited to give lectures in many different countries and met with other famous scientists. Mendeleev's name is still remembered today, and his work continues to inspire scientists all over the world. Dmitri Mendeleev died on February 2, 1907, at the age of 72. He left behind a legacy that continues to influence the world of science. His periodic table is one of the most important achievements in the history of chemistry. It is still used today to teach students about the elements and their properties. Mendeleev's ability to think creatively and see patterns that others could not is what made him such a great scientist. He was able to look at the world in a new way and make connections that changed the course of history. In the years since Mendeleev's death, many new elements have been discovered. The periodic table has been updated and expanded to include these new elements. But the basic structure of Mendeleev's table remains the same. His work has stood the test of time and continues to be an essential part of science education. Mendeleev's story is a reminder of the power of curiosity and determination. He was able to achieve great things because he was passionate about his work and never gave up. His legacy lives on in the periodic table, which is used by scientists, students, and teachers around the world. Through his work, Mendeleev helped to shape the future of science and chemistry. He is remembered as one of the greatest scientists in history, and his contributions to science will never be forgotten. Mendeleev's life shows us that one person can make a big difference. His discovery has helped millions of people understand the natural world in a way that was not possible before. He changed the way we think about chemistry and the elements. Today, his periodic table remains one of the most important tools in science. It continues to inspire new generations of scientists to explore, discover, and learn. Though Mendeleev is no longer alive, his impact on science is still very much alive today. His work continues to be studied and celebrated by chemists, educators, and students around the world. Mendeleev's genius and dedication to his work changed the way we understand the elements and their relationships with each other. And his legacy will continue to influence science for many years to come.